guys, this is Charlie and Natasha for Kracht Amsterdam, and we're here with today's home workout. And today's home workout is 4 rounds for time of 40 lateral hops, either over your dumbbell, kettlebell or non-object, followed by 30 squats, which could be air squats, but also be weighted squats by any of these objects. Then 20 shoulder to overheads. So if you're going to use a dumbbell or a kettlebell, it will be a single arm shoulder to overhead for 40 in total, so 20 left and 20 right. Or if it would be an odd object that you have to hold with 2 hands, it would be 40 in total for the 2. Then we end the round with 10 inchworms, which will be inchworms on the spot. So you walk your hands out and back in. Now that round we're going to perform as 4 rounds for time. But before we do so, we're going to go through warming up together. Look at Natasha, we're starting with floor wide. So she's going to be setting herself up on the floor. And then she's going to start with the scaled variation where she will tuck her knees and she goes all the way from the right, staying close to the floor, and then all the way to the left and back. So that would be 1 rep. Then this is for 10 reps in total, and if it goes well, you're going to be doing it with straight legs. And we do that for 10 in total. Now, ideally, you're gonna stay as close to the floor as possible so that we're really strengthening and warming up those obliques. You're gonna push your lower back down to the floor so that you're gonna activate actually the whole core. And the more slow you move, I would say the better it is for your warm up. So don't see this as a competition, but see it as quality movement. Then we're gonna go to 18 skater jumps. So you're going to jump from one foot to the other, trying to stay as low as you can. The more bending your legs, the more you're bending your legs, the more you're activating the glutes. And if you can't keep the control and the balance on one foot, feel free to get the other toe towards the floor. And then after 18 of these, we're going for 26 reps of the down dog into toe touches. That will be a cross-body toe touch. So from a down-facing dog, with your right hand you go for your left foot, and then with your left hand you go for your right foot. 26 of those, which is quite a high volume, but we kind of want to warm up the upper back and the shoulders for all the shoulder to overheads and inchworms in the workout. Try to move in one steady pace. Try to push your heels down a bit to the floor, so that you're warming up your hamstrings and your calves. And then after 26, we're going to repeat this round for another 2 times. But before you do so, quickly set us to pause. And then we're also going to mobilize together. So for the mobility part, we'll every time hold the position for 30 seconds, and we'll have 4 positions prepped for you. So in the first position, you're going to be doing what we call thread the needle. So you're going to be setting yourself up on your knees. You're going to stick one arm under, and then you're going to push your chest down. And this we're going to hold for 30 seconds. Clock is ticking, so stay with us in position. And the more you kind of get your hand under there, the more you will feel the stretch at your delts, for example. And you're just going to gently keep on breathing for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're switching sides, other arm under, and we're holding. So you want to kind of turn away from your shoulder. So your arm is going to stay on the floor in position, and then you're going to kind of try to like push your upper back away from where your arm is positioned for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we're going to be turning around and we're going to find a top of the crab hold, a crab extension, and you're going to do it on your hands, lifting your hips as high as possible. Now this is quite a challenging one to hold for 30 seconds, so if at any point you can't make it, just take a small break in between. What you want is that your shoulder blades in the back go as much together as possible, or that your chest kind of opens as much as possible. Now, if you have your hands way on the outside of your shoulders, maybe try to move them gradually a bit more in during your hold. And then we're going to hold it for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we have the final pose, and that will be the bottom of the squat hold. And this can be a passive one, so you don't have to sit active. You can just sink as much as possible. I like to call this the pooping dog or the eating Indian. It's just like sitting really low, and for some this is really challenging, while for others this is kind of relaxed. What we're doing here is really sinking in that crutch, which will make holding that bottom, getting into the bottom of the squat later more easy. And we'll hold it for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you're going to repeat this for one more round. 30 seconds of that thread the needle for both sides, then 30 seconds into the crab extension, and 30 seconds in the bottom of the squat again. Quickly put us to pause. And then we're going to go through the movement standards of the workout. And that workout starts with lateral hops over the object you're using. So if you would have a dumbbell, you hop from one side to the other. Every hop counts as a rep, so it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and relax. You can imagine that the higher the object is, the more challenging it becomes. So if you want to make it more challenging with a dumbbell, you can put the dumbbell on top of one head. Oh. And the kettlebell will automatically already be a bit higher, and same goes for when you, for example, use a backpack. That being said, for the squats, if we look at air squats first for a moment, it will be just regular squats where you go from full hip extension at the top to below parallel. If you hold the weights, you're going to hold it in what we call the goblet position, so in front of you. And the nice thing about doing it weighted is that that weight can balance your body a bit better so that you can sit more upright with your torso. If you would do it with a kettlebell, it goes the same, and with the backpack as well. The backpack version Natasha will show quickly. And front rack means, goblet means like this, but if it would be a very heavy weight, feel free to hug it as well. Then let's go for the backpack first in the shoulder to overhead. There it's a 2-arm shoulder to overhead going from your chest up to overhead. That can be a strict press, a push press, or a push jerk. And as you see, she will always start here and end here. And whichever technique she uses, as long as she meets starting at the standing point, ending with your arms overhead, it's all okay. If you do that single arm, then let's go for the kettlebell, because that one would be slightly harder for the front rack position. Notice that if she is keeping, and she's going to put that a little bit lower, her hand, with her hand under her chin, and then from there she goes to a full extension overhead. Again, a strict press, a push press, or a push jerk is allowed. And with any of these movements where you use your legs, try to focus on a hard hip extension to initiate the press. With the dumbbell, it works exactly the same. Then we have the inchworm, and for that inchworm, you're going to walk your hands from the position at about the toes to as far forward as you can. You don't have to make a push-up, and then you walk your hands back and go back fully to standing. That would be 1 rep, and you have to do 10 in the workout. So it's a rep scheme of 40, 30, 20, 10, and that you'll perform for 4 rounds. Try in those hops to make it long sets. I don't think you have to rest during 40 hops. Try to move in one pace. For the squats, if you think it would be a real struggle to do 30 in one go, choose for an air squat. But if you think, no, that is a piece of cake, then add the weight. It's both an option. For the shoulder to overhead those, you do have to do it with weight. If you do 20 reps, it will be 10 with one side, 10 with the other side. And if you do it with, for example, a backpack or something, an object that is with 2, then it will be 20 for the total with 2 arms. 10 inchworms, and then, yeah, we're wishing you good luck, have fun,
and enjoy.
Bye guys.
Bye-bye.